Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dave T. Just wrapped up setup day with the band Mountain Dust, who are in the studio today, getting started on 9 tracks on their second album. Um, Wanted to take you through the room and show you guys a little bit what we did to set up the band today. Their band consists of drums, bass, uh, guitar, and a lap steel keys setup. So I'll take you to the drums. Blair plays a Tama kit, maple drum set. Very amazing sounding kit. I love maple drums myself, and I love Tama drums. So this is a perfect fit for me. I'm loving how it's sounding. 22-inch kick, 13 tom. On one side, we've got a 16-inch floor tom right here. The other side, the 18. And we've been using a bunch of different snare drums. Right now, we got this 14-inch brass pearl snare. We've also been using the Ludwig Superphonic. This is classic. Can't go wrong with that. We've also got a Fibes that we haven't used yet, but I'm sure we will. Mics. SM57 on the snare, 421s on the toms. Pretty conventional for that, but they sound really good. Geffel 582. And another one over here, overhead. Not miking the hi-hats, so we've got a pretty wide spread so that we could get a good amount of cymbals and hi-hats and the rest of the kit in the overheads. We've got room mics. Coles 4038. Get these mics, they sound amazing. Spaced pair. This gives us a lot of like ambience and the space and the tone of the room and depth to the drums. On the kick, Bach 195 in the front, and we've got a ATM 25 inside the bass drum. It's a good one, ATM 25. What's unique about his setup, as you can see, is that he's got the floor toms on either side of his drum kit. I don't know if this is the best angle. Let's try back here. He's got a floor tom on this side and a floor tom on that side. So we have a very wide stereo sound for drum fills, and Blair's been pretty good about arranging his drum fills in such a way that really makes use of the width for dramatic effect. You know, it's very, very, very cool setup, and he's using it really well. With the bass is pretty cool too. Hal plays this amazing Rickenbacker Jet Glow. I guess it's a 4003 bass, one of my favorite basses. Amazing sounding bass. Get that? The bass setup is pretty cool as well. Here's Hal's pedal board, fuzz, phaser, octaves, delay over here as well, compression, a lot of fun stuff. Got it going through a DI so I can get a clean sound off the bass, and then it comes over here to two amplifiers. So amplifier one, let's start over here, is this rig over here, the acoustic 370, feeding this Galian Kruger cab, and we got it mic'd up with our Wonder tube mic, which we like to do. I don't know, try it out. Not many people that I've heard of mic bass with a tube mic, but I dig it a lot. Let's call this one amp number 2. Amp number 2 is this Trainer, I want to say tube amp. Going through an orange cab, a guitar cab, and a 57, and this is more of like mids, distortion, effects, kind of like nasal presence, really cool. Guitars, a little more standard for the moment, but I'm sure when we get into overdubs we'll get some stuff going on. Big muff, fuzz, overdrives, phaser, always good people use phaser. He's got a cool guitar here, this Gretsch. Very, very, very cool. And we're running his amp in the kitchen over here through the control room into the kitchen. And here we are. Fender, Geffel, classic, I guess. Brendan's got a very cool tone, and that's going well. Pat, the last member of the band, has a very cool rig. He plays lap steel and he plays organ. So this is his rig, and he's got this lap steel here, super cool, with this organ, Korg, kind of mini organ. So what we've done is fed the lap steel and the organ through a ABY box, combining the two signals down one chain. We send it all through some pedals. So delay, verb, overdrives, EQ, basic stuff, wah-wah, and a bunch of spaghetti here. All that goes to the SGI, and we use this box to send his tone down to another booth that we have for the session. And I'll show you that. So I'll take you there now. We'll leave the studio. All right, so here we are. We're in a different room in the building that we're able to get for the use of recording our boys. So the sound leaves the live room through that SGI, and we come here into this split amp setup. On one side we have the Marshall cab, which is powered by another acoustic 370, old school vintage stuff, sounds very cool. And from there, it also goes to Leslie. And this Leslie is super awesome. Got the ribbon mic on the Leslie, Sennheiser 441 on the Marshall. And I put a baffle in between the two, just to get a little bit of isolation, a couple of big panels on either side, because the room, as you can see, is quite live. But this does the trick. Sounds really, really, really cool. All right, that's it for here. Let's go back. Mothership. Foosball. Cool vibe around here. And we're back in the studio. You know, we've been really excited to get Mountain Dust back in the studio, and as you could tell, there's a lot of fun stuff happening with the with each of the musicians and their setup. Today was a lot of fun, a lot of little small issues to deal with everybody's setup, but we got everything going. And after our first day, I think we did a lot of good. Got a lot of good sounds. These guys banged out bed tracks for 6 today. It's a big day. So drums and bass are done for a lot of the songs. Tomorrow we'll take a listen and see where we stand. That's that.